Hey guys, my name is Houdemia, and today I just want to do a bit of a smaller little talk-only video. And the reason why I wanted to do this is because I was talking to my friend Rainbow Ninja 23 the other day, and well, you guys probably know her from the Nerd Out if you watched that. But we were talking about Mega Man and other such video games that we kind of enjoyed. But one of the things I ended up doing was I ended up talking to her about the simple fact that I personally believe, as a massive Metroid fan, anyone who's ever heard me talk about it knows for a fact how big of a fan I am. Metroids 1 and 2 suck, in my honest opinion. Metroids 1 and 2, I got less enjoyment out of them than I did Metroid Other M, which is the worst possible Metroid game ever. And the reason I want to bring this to you guys' attention is because of the fact that, yes, I love the series, but that doesn't mean that the two that started it all get a get-out-of-jail-free card. It's like the simple fact that, well, let's just pull up. Here, I got an Xbox 360 game. Dragon Ball Z Budokai. Dragon Ball Z Budokai sucks. It's an awful game. But Budokai 3 is amazing. And that's the thing. 2 is really bad. But it sort of points out the fact that, it goes the same way as Metroid. Metroid 1 and 2 are awful games. They aren't very fun. To be honest, this series really started getting good with Metroid 3 Super, Metroid 4 Fusion, and Metroid Prime. I love all the Prime games, but that's when the series got good. But of course, with Budokai, it sort of went downhill once they released Tenkaichi, but that's besides the point. The point is, the Metroid series for me has definitely been one of interest. I never liked it as a kid, actually. When I was around 7, I played it for the first time, and I fucking hated it. But I gave it another chance once I'd sort of reached that age where nostalgia sort of stops impacting me. I've matured a lot in my video gaming because of, well, Steam. And I love Metroid Prime, I love Echoes, I love Corruption. I enjoyed Other M, although I never finished it. Got rid of it before I could. Didn't really want it in my life. But that's the way it was. I loved them. I love them all in a special way. I used to love Metroid and Metroid 2. Metroid 2 not as much. I actually owned a copy of Metroid 2 because my Game Boy Advance could play original Game Boy games. But I look back on them, and I found that Metroid 1 and Metroid 2 were dull to me now. And where that maybe it was serious burnout, I wouldn't have played Metroid Prime and the other two. I played Fusion as well, and Zero Mission, and I love those all just the same. Just I was starting to become critical in what I enjoy, and that's part of who I am. I'm a very critical person. Anyone who's watched the Nerd Outs might have talked about that, and also, yes, Sam Ram the Ninja is the Nerd Out. She's a very close friend of mine now. Yeah, no, it's just those two games. They weren't as good, and I played through them again, trying to figure out what it was, and I think I have the answer. The games aren't made very well. And, of course, I hated Metroid 2 flat out just for, well, some of the fact that Samus is so large that you can't see within 5 feet of you. But the original Metroid I didn't have the same problem with. It wasn't fun to play. It just was confusing and arbitrary and bad. I mean, when I first played it, I didn't know how to find the morph ball, and of course now I know it's exactly what it is. You walk to the left, and there it is, just sitting there. But I didn't know that when I first played the game. Which means I was running around going, what is this, what is this, what is this, what is this? Then I ran backwards, saw it, and I was just like, oh, so that's where it is. And like, that's kind of cool. But now I go back and play it, I know where that is. It's not the same sense of discovery, and I feel that was the original Metroid's main pull. It was that sense of discovery. Nothing had done this before. Nothing did that before. And, well, now it happens quite a lot with them, side-scrolling games. I mean, Super Metroid, and I noticed this almost immediately, it has the first level of Brinstar in it. And I saw that, I was like, oh, cool, but it was different. It was better, because, well, first of all, Super Metroid just is where the series got good, in my opinion. It's when they sat down and said, alright, we need to start being competitive with our games. Samus needs to step up. And she did exactly that. She once again took place as the head, in my honest opinion, the best Nintendo game. Super Metroid for the Super Nintendo was phenomenal. I love it. I still love it now, and I still play it. And that's only because the game is fun. I remember seeing Kraid for the first time in that game and going, holy shit, he's massive. And I fought him, I beat him. It's genuinely fun. But the original Metroid didn't have that. Kraid was as tall as you. And I guess you could also just say console limitations. The Super Metroid was massive compared to the original. It had sequence breaking, where you could do wall jumps. I didn't know about that until, actually, rather recently when I learned that and got one of the extra health packs. I 100%ed Metroid, Super Metroid, and I loved every second of it. It was so clever and genius. It oozed with discovery. It was the discovery that I first had when I played Metroid 1. But it was new, and it was a genuine discovery. Just, there was so much hidden crap in the game. And I'm going to be honest, my biggest problem with the original Metroid, the long beam. It's so annoying to find. I went through pretty much the entire first portion. I got all the way to the Kraid battle without finding the long beam. And I got my ass rocked. And then I decided, oh, screw it, I'm going to backtrack out of desperation and explore the place a bit more. And, well, of course, at that point I had missiles. I finally managed to blow down the door. And when I got the long beam, I was just like, come on. Seriously, guys? So I got that, went out, everything became easier, because I can now fire across the entire screen. Sorry. But another problem I had was the console limitations. And this is another big thing, is Mega Man did the exact same thing. You fire, you get 3 shots. Super Mario Brothers didn't have that. Legend of Zelda didn't have that. But Super Metroid and Mega Man do. 3 shots. And I love Mega Man. But that's because Mega Man's, a decent game. Mega Man is so much better than the original Metroid, because Mega Man has cleverer, it's more fun to play. It has better platforming. Mega Man is better than Metroid on the NES. Mega Man X, and this is another really fun game. I enjoyed the crap out of Mega Man X. And, well, it wasn't as good as Super Metroid, because Super Metroid was better. Both games did stuff right, but just, the series began getting good, whereas Mega Man was good from the start and sort of dropped off after a while. Metroid sort of got this massive boost around Super Metroid, and then, of course, it laid on the gas the moment Prime came out. Holy crap. Prime was... I actually showed Rainbow Ninja some gameplay footage from Metroid Prime, and she had a hard time believing it was a GameCube game. To get an idea on how good that game looks. But yeah, no, it's better, it's more fluid, and I've played Metroids 1 and 2 and found them not as fun anymore. And I know it isn't series burnout, because all the others are still appealing. There are times when I've wanted to pick up and play a copy of Other M, even. Although I will say this. Metroid Prime and Other M is definitely a massive step down. Not only because Retro Studios wasn't in charge of the project, that was my main fear. Retro Studios is my favorite games developer. Yeah, it's my favorite games developer of all time at this stage. But Ninja Studios, which I think their name is, I actually didn't memorize it at all. They kind of dropped the ball. Metroid Prime has... Hold on, let me actually look to see if it actually has the cast inside the instruction manual. So I'll have this thing. Let's see here. Credits. Let's see here. Retro Studio, animators, audio. No, it's not on here. Yeah, no. Samus's voice actor is not on the list. But she was a world-class voice actor. Samus Aran from Metroid Prime was done by someone that is actually inside the Guinness Book of World Records for one of the best female voice actors in a video game, in gaming. And the simple fact that they managed to get that for a series is very much sort of... Imagine that they managed to do that is amazing. And the simple fact that they traded her out, Ninja traded her out for a much less experienced voice actor, kind of breaks my heart a little bit because, you know, she was so underutilized in the Metroid games. And I appreciate that. I really do. But it's just such a waste of talent because of how much they could have done with her in the future. Because seriously, her only thing you really hear from her is her grunts and screams for when she's hit. But also, it's just that I would have loved to hear her in Other M. I think Other M would have been far more enjoyable if, you know, it was the same voice actor, because the voices are noticeably different. But yeah, no, that's all from me now. Thanks for watching. Go say hi to Rainbow Ninja 23 and give her a hug. I don't know. See ya. Bye.